be grateful, be grateful, be grateful for everything you have. Every morning when I wake up, I say 3 things I'm grateful for, because gratefulness is so important. Yes, gratefulness is so important, but if you stand up every morning and say 3 things to be grateful, you can also just stop it, because gratefulness actually does not mean listing things you like. When you wake up every morning saying 3 things you're grateful, that's not gratefulness, okay? You can also stop it. It is no difference, okay? It makes no difference. When you systematically have to be grateful, you are not grateful. And trust me, everyone who's saying I wake up and this is a part of my morning routine is also not grateful, okay? That's fake gratefulness. Gratefulness comes from the inside, and I will teach you how to be grateful from the inside. Hello everyone, welcome to my video. My name is Mariam. Let's start. Okay, first of all, you need to understand, like I said, gratefulness comes from the inside. When someone has to tell you to be grateful and you only do that because they told you how important it is to be grateful, you are not grateful, okay? No one cares if you're fake grateful, because then you just waste your breath. I'm sorry, you are wasting your breath, okay? I will tell you a story about my life. In my teenage years, when my mom and dad, my parents, just had no money, I would constantly buy myself new books, okay? I loved books, and I would constantly, like everyone who knows me, they know that every time I had a new book in my head. And the thing is, how can I have so many books, okay, and read so many different books? And these books, they were not secondhand. I have maybe 4 to 5 books that are secondhand, okay? And they were all completely new books, okay? When my family has no money, how can it be that I constantly have new books in my hand? And I tell you why. Because I was grateful. I was not saying I'm grateful for my books, I'm grateful that I buy myself new books. No, how I was grateful, you do not have to say that you're grateful, okay? You do not have to say that. Your attitude is going to say everything for you, okay? It does not matter. I'm sure you often have that feeling where you're like, I only thought that, and now it manifested itself. And you know why? Because it is not important what you say. It is more important what you think, okay? And that's the reason why it's so important. You do not have to wake up and say 3 things that you're grateful for. I would, whenever I got a new book, I would be so happy, okay? In another me, like, I have a new book, Mom. I would always be like that, and God, Allah would always send me. Like, God will always send me new books, okay? The best books I would get, like, for example, I had a friend, and she would be like, Mariam, do you want to read that book? You know? And she would give me her books, and I would constantly have, like, the best books and the best things. And, like, understand me, I got just a little bit money from my parents, because obviously we had no money, and I would buy myself from the school food, okay? I would sometimes buy here and there, and most of the time I would manage to buy myself books every second week. When you really want to get grateful in your life, you have to do one thing, okay? You have to shift your perspective. I know you hear that everywhere, but instead of seeing what you do not have, you have to shift your focus to what you have. Even if what you do not have is this, and what you have is this, just stick to it. It's wow, I do that myself. I'm like, I want millions of followers, but I have 600. What should I do? Like, I'm grateful for my 650 followers. Like, should I sit there and cry? Like, what can I do? I can feel like people being jealous of me, okay? And I know that the reason for that is because they cannot see what they have themselves, okay? I am a shy person. I do not know why. Even in my most social anxiety, when I do not talk to anyone, they would try to become my friend, and they would just see something in me, okay? And I think the biggest reason why people get jealous at me is because I'm just shiny, and what I have is people see that, okay? But they have things themselves too, okay? They have things for themselves. Maybe they do not shine like me, but they have a lot of things they can be grateful for. If they would acknowledge it, they would also become confident and start to shine. My light does not come from jealousy. My light does not come from following trends and sticking to other people. I'm completely the opposite. Even my biggest social anxiety times, okay, maybe I would not talk to people, but I would still be myself. I always had a sense of confidence and self-love, and especially self-respect. I see that in a lot of people. They just did not discover it. If you are jealous of someone, okay, if you feel in lack, if you do not have an abundant mindset, you have to shift your perspective, okay? And you always have to think, okay, maybe I do not have it right now, but I am working on it, and I will do everything to move forward, okay? Because I know in my future I have it, and I do not have to sit here and cry over it, okay? I watched this video about marketing, and this guy said, like, everyone, like most of the people who start a business, they expect to blow up immediately, okay? But what actually happens is that they blew up in a couple of years. And the same is for you. Maybe you do not have it right now, but you know that you have it. You just have to cry. Like, what should I do when my product doesn't blow up right now? What should I do? Like, I am going to work that it gets better and people discover it more and more and get the attention of people. What can I do? Like, instead of sitting here and being ungrateful that it is 3 years away, maybe. Like I said, I would be so happy when I got a book. But on the other hand, I could say, but I could not buy myself this, and I could not buy myself that, and could not buy myself this. But instead, I would focus on what I had. Everyone has. We live in a time, like, everyone, even people who literally have no money, they can buy themselves certain things. And we have it better than a king 500 years ago. We are more comfortable, and we have more access to everything, like literally everything right now. A king 500 years ago, when he said, I'm thirsty, he still had to wait for someone to bring the water from, you know what I mean, okay? So instead of sitting there and being, I am grateful for this, this is not a morning routine, okay? And make that out of your morning routine, because it will distract you from the real gratefulness. And I am sometimes, okay, you have to give yourself positive feelings. When you're, for example, out walking, then sometimes just take your headphones off and just look around you, okay? You will see, like, pay attention to tiny things, and never forget, you have more access to everything in this world than a king 500 years ago. Okay, I've looked at my video and it is so short. But I do not want to stretch it into the length, but because I think you took the core things I wanted to say. If you have questions, then ask them.